Now, a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Congressman Ronny Jackson, joins me now. Congressman, great to have you back. Does the U.S. need the Panama Canal and Greenland for national security?
Absolutely, Stu. We have to have those for national security purposes. It's a big deal for us, right? And, look, President Trump is the master of going out and negotiating, finding things, possible consequences, some that the people he's negotiating with don't really care for too much, and then driving them to the negotiating table. And that's what he's doing here. It's absolutely reasonable to think that, that we should be treated fairly with regards to the Panama Canal. You have China coming in. They're infiltrating themselves all over Central and South America. They're doing the same thing there that they do all over the rest of the world, where they come in and they provide lots of money for resources, for infrastructure in the forms of loans, and then they call for these loans. The countries can't pay these loans back. They expect preferential treatment, and that's what they're doing here. And they're treating the Chinese preferentially here, and they're penalizing the United States. And we built the canal, and we should, if anybody should have preferential treatment, it should be the United States. But I think we're just asking to be treated fairly here. But it is a big national security issue for us with the Chinese influence that's come into this part of the world. And Greenland is also vitally important for our national security. And if Denmark can't provide the money, the resources, the military to utilize Greenland in the way that it needs to be utilized, not only protect the United States, but to protect all of Europe and all of NATO and most of the free world, then they need to step aside and allow us to do it, especially if the people in Greenland want us there and they want independence from Denmark right now. And maybe, Denmark gives them $500 million a year in aid. Maybe we roll in and offer them $1 billion a year in aid, and we come up with some kind of security cooperation agreement with them, and that would be fine too.
It still comes as a shock when the President of the United States talks about taking over Greenland and the canal. Anyway, let's move on. I want you to take a look at it. This is a tweet from President Biden. He says, I'm quoting, "Thanks to his action on the border, illegal crossings dropped 60%. It was Republicans that played politics while Democrats fought to fix it." Okay. However, agents in Arizona recently seized a rocket launcher along with 2 rocket-propelled grenades, got hold of them at the border. Clearly, the border is not secure, Congressman, is it? It hasn't been for years.
It hasn't been for years. And the reason the numbers dropped is because they stopped counting people and because they started flying people in on U.S. taxpayer dollars into the United States and not counting those as illegal border crossings. So they manipulated the numbers like they do everything else. It's worse than it's ever been. Everybody knows that. The American people see that. That's why he got voted out. That's why, that's why he wasn't the nominee, and that's why the Democrats got voted out of the White House. But yes, it's an unbelievably dangerous environment down there, Stu. We have countless numbers of jihadi terrorists that have crossed our borders. They're setting up cells here in the United States. We're in for something big here coming up in the near future. I can tell you that for sure, based on some of the stuff that I see here in Congress. He has allowed this to completely get away from the United States. There will be consequences for his actions. Unfortunately, they're going to be after he's long gone.
Got it. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us this morning. Don't be a stranger. We'll see you again here soon. Thank you.